Hi, I'm Steve Kristoph for TOS50.com, the other side of 50. I'm standing here today in my rhododendron garden in Millstone Township, New Jersey. It's a beautiful day and the rhododendrons are in full bloom. I want to talk to you a little bit about their culture first before I mention some of the varieties. First of all, you need an exposure of morning sun, afternoon shade, or kind of like what I have in my own garden, high shade provided by large growing trees. The soil in which these rhododendrons grow is very well drained. It's acidic in nature, which is really good for these types of plants. And they're protected from the strong winter winds that are common during the months of January and February. The leaves from these trees provide an excellent mulch to keep the roots protected from drying, and it also keeps the weed population down. Some gardeners mulch their leaves up so it's very neat and organized. Mine's a little bit left natural, but nonetheless it works very, very well. Once rhododendrons are planted in a garden, they don't necessarily need supplemental watering unless we go into a drought situation. This particular variety that I'm standing in front of is one of the German hybrids called Fantastica. There are a number of these Hockman hybrids that have been brought into the United States over the years, and you can see the beautiful color of this one, which is a rich rose to pink with a light white colored center. They're very easy to grow, rhododendrons, as long as you provide the right conditions for them. And remember, they don't need to be watered unless it gets to be a very hot, dry summer. And now I'd like to take you for a tour in my rhododendron garden. Come along. This is a rhododendron called Cape White. It's a white flowered form, obviously, as you can see. It's very formal in its truss. The flowers collectively are known as a truss, and the edges of the petals are really quite frilly on this one. Again, it's called Cape White. A really desirable rhododendron color is red, and I have here a variety called Francesca, which is probably one of the darkest and truest reds of all large leaf rhododendrons. It's just starting to bloom, and this is going to hold its color throughout its bloom period, which will be anywhere from 10 to 14 days. Remember this one, Francesca. I have behind me another red rhododendron. This one has been blooming for a couple of weeks now, and it was hybridized by a gentleman in western Pennsylvania. He never named it, just numbered it, but it's also a really beautiful red. And I want to show you this one. Although it's not really red, this is an old variety from England called Marquis of Waterford. Again, it's a very formal truss. All the flowers are packed in there really tight. It's somewhat of a rose color with a beautiful orangey blotch right in the center of the petals. Again, even though it's more than 100 years old, it still grows beautifully in gardens here in New Jersey and in the East Coast. Marquis of Waterford. This is really one of my favorite rhododendrons that we're going to next. Take a look at this one. This one is called Ben Mosley, which is one of the Dexter hybrid rhododendrons which originated up in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Rhododendrons that have a blotch like this in the flower are really, really desirable, and most people who see them fall in love with them like I have. Isn't it a gem? This is one called Janet Blair. In the American Rhododendron Society, there are these varieties that are referred to as good doers. Janet Blair has been around for a very long time, and it's always reliable in its bloom or bud set each year, and its form. So Janet Blair is a good one to remember. Also one of my favorite plants. Probably the best known Dexter rhododendron is this variety called Scintillation. It's a luscious pink, somewhat fragrant. Delicious. And again, a really, really good grower. Most of the Dexter hybrids have a beautiful glossy green foliage, and again, this is one of the best. Rhododendron Scintillation.